Hello, Erik here from Hardware for Gamers. This is hopefully going to be a pretty quick video on my PC case testing method. I'll be using this for all my Micro ATX cases and larger. Now I would like to try and do the occasional mini ITX case, but that testing will have to be done on a case-by-case basis. Just for full disclosure, I have paid for all these parts myself, and I'll be setting all these parts aside for just testing cases. So, for my standard test system, I'll be using the ASrock B450M Pro 4, mainly because, as I said, I want to be doing Micro ATX cases, so a Micro ATX board is needed. The CPU is the Ryzen 7 1700 overclocked to 3.8 GHz at 1.35 volts. For the memory, I'm using a 2x4 kit of Corsair Vengeance running at 3000 MHz. The CPU cooler is the Uphere AC12, but I switched out the stock fans for two of Arctic's P12 PWM PST fans, mainly because I really like these fans, and because they're much quieter. For thermal interface, I'll be using Thermal Grizzly's Carbonaut pad, mainly because I don't have to then clean up so much thermal paste. The GPU will be the MSI RX580 Armor X. The power supply is the Thermaltake SP-550P, which is a 550 watt power supply and is bronze rated. I wanted to use a standard non-modular power supply to help test the cable management of the case. I also have a full set of cable mod cable extensions, again to test the cable management of the case. For the system drive, I have an old 240 gig SATA 3 SSD. I honestly don't even know the maker model. Now for the testing, I'll be running two tests. One to stress the CPU and one to stress the GPU. The CPU test is to render a Blender scene, specifically the barbershop scene. The render takes about 16 minutes. For the GPU test, I run a loop of 3D Mark's Firestrike for 30 minutes, and as all the tests are running, I am logging the CPU and GPU temperatures every second using Open Hardware Monitor, and I'm taking room temperature readings using my digital thermometer with K-type thermocouplers. I perform these tests twice for each fan configuration, and in the chart I'll be showing the max and the average temperature for these tests. For the number of fan configurations I run will likely depend on the case, but I will always start with the stock configuration and then I'll add fans as needed. The fans that I'll be adding are the P12 PWM PST fans from Arctic, and the positions of these fans are all labeled. I will also be performing a fan normalized test for each case using 4 of these P12 PWM PST fans, again, all of which have their own specific location. Well, I think that's all I wanted to say. If you do have any comments or questions, put them down there. And as always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.